Hey everyone, welcome back. It is nice to see you guys again. I actually have some amazing plans and it is actually about halfway solid at this point. Hey, how you doing, Rory? So I'm just talking about just started actually a few seconds ago. So let's see here. I'll give it a few seconds. Yeah, Zeno, how you doing? All right. So I got 3 people, so I'll go ahead and start talking. All right. So I've actually solidified about a third of my plans for this winter vacation. So, what it looks like right now, the Belize part isn't solidified, but going to Cancun is 100% fact. It's happening. You know what I mean? So, there we go on that. Doing well. Awesome. So, this is actually going to be my second trip to Cancun. I went to Xcaret and also to Chichen Itza, which are not technically in Cancun, but people typically say that it's kind of like basically like if you go to any big city and then they're gonna count the city as its suburbs as well. So this is just basically like that. And Chichen Itza is actually, I believe, like 2 hours and 40 minutes by bus ride, something like that from Cancun. So it's not even an immediate outskirt, but it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Um, Unlike some of the Aztecan ruins in, for example, Teotihuacan, which has a city actually right there, and then San Miguel de Allende is pretty close to some of its ruins as well. Though it's not a major city, it is really nice tourist destination. It's just not so many people know about it just as much as like Cancun and such. How you doing, J and K? So this is gonna be finally travel time again. I'm excited. So it's not gonna be a long travel, just like 3 weeks. Was it? It's about 2 weeks from now until the beginning of January. So I will be there for New Year's. So I'm coming right after New Year's. So I'm not sure what that means. Sorry. Banner just moved. Yeah, there you go. It's the chair. The chair's all the way back there. Delay time? Oh man. Get out of here. All right. Anyway, so yeah, this is gonna be my second trip to Cancun, so I generically already know what to expect, and this time I'm coming actually knowing Spanish, so this is gonna be so much easier. Can you imagine? Like, I don't play when it comes to like getting deals. Like, I barter, and I was bartering not knowing like any Spanish, so I was like, it was just literally, I was just like that guy who's like, yo, esto quiero menos precio. Like I was like kind of like that, like that feel like I was just totally pausy, didn't know exactly what to say, but I kept going. I'm like, I didn't speak slow like that. That was one thing I didn't really do, but I was just kind of exaggerating. Here, 1 second, guys. Good. So muting and mic worked. I was just double checking. I was asking like a couple times if you guys hear me, and I was hoping the answer would be none, no answer, and it wasn't. So we're good. All right. So let's see here. I actually did time this intentionally this time. So let's see here. I actually thought I had the chance. So crazy good. All right, I hope so. I don't remember what I actually got exactly. I remember it's a burger, but let's see here. So this is actually vegetarian, guys. So this is really cool. I'm not a vegetarian, as you guys obviously know. If you watch my videos, I've eaten meat many times. But this sometimes vegetarian food is amazing, and I'm just starting to kind of realize this. My first time was in Bulgaria, like to like actually have a multi-day just vegetarian diet. I was helping out in a place where they were only vegetarians, and I was just like, huh. And now I'm able to actually go a day or go a few days without actually eating meat. So it's kind of like it's kind of nice because like it was just ingrained in my mind that you have to eat meat every day, pretty much. Or see here, Uber Eats, yeah, it's good to go vegetarian. Yeah, well, I'm not vegetarian still, but hyper what a hyper Doncia TikTok. I'm wait what? Oh, I'm totally missing more. How you doing, Jelena? So anyway, let's see here. This is a potato salad. I'm not gonna be like this is not a mukbang, but this is just what I ordered for the side. I'm just showing you because you guys like food, so yeah. This is like a chicken. I'm not sure what the substitute is for chicken, but that's it. And so it has like apparently chips in it. But that's some good food. And that's vegetarian. So it's not the stereotypical food. Like I'm not into that tofu stuff and all that. But you can get some you can make amazing things that are just, like macaroni and cheese is vegetarian. Jeez. I mean, like everyone likes macaroni and cheese. Not everyone, but most. All right. Can you give an example on how much Uber Eats costs on $10 meal? Okay. So there's two things, or actually three things, I guess I would say. There's the Uber Eats Pass, which gives you like no service fee, and reduces your delivery fee. So there's like 3 fees, and I guess Oregon doesn't have tax, so I assume tax would be a fourth bracket or something. I'm not sure. Oregon doesn't have tax, sorry, on that part, but that would probably, of course, raise the price even more. So, but of course, you have tax anyway on food, but it makes it cheaper to eat at restaurants in Oregon because you don't have to worry about the tax. So, it's really not that much more. It's like a few dollars, really. Like the Uber Eats Pass for here, it's $15 threshold, and then you don't have the service fee. So if you have Uber Eats Pass, and if you don't have that, you don't get this like no service fee discount. So it's like without that pass, which pays for itself after like 5 orders, 4 orders, 6 orders, something like that. It depends on. I think the service fee goes up as the size goes up or something. So either way, it pretty much pays for itself if you're going to use it multiple times. I haven't used any other ones, so that's really not that much. It's but sometimes like some businesses now, like I saw there was this one restaurant that basically they have free delivery on all their foods because that's how they want to do it, and I think they're not on any delivery app. I would assume they just have free delivery, and they just say, hey, just you can obviously tip. That's implied with anything. So it's not an obligation to tip, obviously, but I mean, I wouldn't not tip. because that's how they get paid. So yeah, and especially with things like Uber, because there is no guaranteed income. There's no like minimum wage when it comes to Uber because it's like a contract type deal. So there's no guarantee of any wage for them. So if they don't get tips, they just barely get paid. They might make like $4 an hour, you know, if nobody tips them. They're like, okay, well, we just didn't make anything. If like literally no one wants to tip them. So it does absolutely matter more in that case. So can you give an example? Was it? It's been. I'm just going back. Well, I'm not gonna scroll up, but I'm see everything that's on this list. So doing good. Finally had some turkey. Awesome, Zeno, about the turkey. Deli Cajun turkey. Oh yeah. So I actually used to work at the deli. So I know all about the Cajun turkey and all that. So I know like all the cuts. Yeah, I worked at a deli for a little while. Also worked at Subway, which is technically a delicatessen as well, but I worked at the supermarket deli. I was doing a TikTok when the stream popped up. Ah, okay, that's what you're talking about, Jelena. Okay, let's get it here. So yeah, if it was a $10 meal, maybe like $14. I feel like sometimes they might like there's another little catch with these like Uber Eats and stuff is that you're not going to get these specials maybe. So that's another little catch. So if it's like I don't know, Veterans Day or whatever, you know, you're not getting that discount. At least I haven't ever seen a discount on it. Like, hey, today's McDonald's 5% off day. Not that really McDonald's does that, but I don't think you can use coupons or anything like that. I didn't see a section for that, so that's another thing to consider. You're not going to get those deals. But that's just delivery in general. At least, can you use coupons on the phone? Like, is that a thing? I don't know. I don't think I've ever done that. I didn't used to order like ever until I started using Uber Eats like a month ago. It had been a long time. Like it was just pizza like a few times throughout being a kid and stuff. So because pizza orders like the best day when you're a kid. And I have no idea in the 90s how people managed to go through these snowbanks. Those cars, you know, like people say like, oh, they were built stronger. It's like, yeah, but they also didn't have the torque or horsepower. And so like, I just can't even imagine like actually back then, yeah, I was just thinking about it because I was living in, you know, where it actually got snowy in Michigan. So I was kind of thinking about that because I did this long drive and this was like, dang, I don't want to have been a delivery driver back then because the cars are so much easier to drive. I've had older cars, like not old, so they're like mid 2000s. Then I have one that's like 10 years newer. It's just the technology is so much better, you know, even versus like 10, 15 years ago. It's just like dramatic difference in driving a newer car. They just have like these safety warnings and all these warning things, and they, regardless of, even if some people don't like them, they're dramatically reduce accidents and like clipping curbs or whatever, you know, like it's just really good. And then backing up is just phenomenally easier. If you've not used a backup camera yet, if you're one of the people who haven't, it is just literally just 3 times easier to back up because there's no worry at all about like what's on the ground. You literally see it. So yeah. But anyway, going forward. Not bad at all. What do you think about the Tesla truck? Dude, the Cybertruck, I actually knew about that. Like, I've been following Tesla. I wouldn't say actively this year, but kind of like on and off once in a while this year. But generally, I've followed Tesla since 2016 September, and I absolutely love every single vehicle they come out with. It's going to have potentially solar panels. People might have got a bad impression about their windows, but most windows cannot and take any impact like that. So if anybody was like, "Oh, they're not so tough," it's like, yeah, do that to like 99% of cars. The was it the ball, the metal ball, it would just go right through your window. So I was like the only thing they failed at, and the reason why actually might not have actually had anything to do with the structural integrity. For one, they use a very heavy object, and the second is they had been practicing it prior, so it had already been weakened. So they had been testing it on glass, and it did pass those same tests. It's just I think it just had been weakened because it had multiple impacts prior to the showing. So that's not even fair. Like it wasn't even fair. They kind of they screwed themselves like when they did that. So it had I don't even know if it was completely just even the Windows structural integrity or not because of that. So that's like the only thing they failed at. Yes, it doesn't look good to probably vast majority of people. It's not like, oh, that's an eye catcher in a good way. It's like is in a totally different way, but it's an eye catcher like the Pontiac Aztec. So if you guys know what the Aztec is, it was like has to do with like their headlights and stuff. It's just kind of all wonky. It's kind of wonky like the Jeep Cherokee headlights. It's like all kinds of like in the what was it, Nissan Murano? Yeah, I think I'm saying that right. Yeah, that one also has wonky headlights. Just in that kind of wonkiness way, but at the same time, it also has that Blade Runner feel, which I think they absolutely captured. And the way they were on the stage with their like leather suits and stuff, they did like a perfect presentation on that side. The only thing is they should have not pre-tested the windows that was available. As far as unveiling, it has three options for the motors. It has a single motor, dual motor, and a tri-motor. So I'm actually looking at maybe getting one because I want to start a vending business. I actually have a vending channel. I haven't uploaded, guys. I know. It's so bad. Like I feel it. Like I will be having videos coming up. I know it's quite a pause, but it's just I just started school, and that's basically the reason why I haven't been uploading. But I do have someone who's actually willing to edit for me. So once I start getting those videos to them, the quality should be better than it's ever been. Actually, pretty much guaranteed because I can just focus on the filming and not have to think about editing after. I have someone who actually knows better than me. That was part of my point. Is like if I'm going to have someone edit, they have to be better than me. So that's one of my things. Hey, already you are. And the guy who will be editing is significantly better than me by a long shot. So as far as editing, now I do actually have Adobe Premiere Pro and stuff, so I could be I learned how to edit better, but I just don't want to do it right now. So I'm just getting someone else. That's how it works, right? So also like I haven't been not online as much. Like if you guys think I haven't been, it's just I've been on caffeine. So I've been going on like I do like live cooking shows all the time. Yesterday I did a short little cooking show. About 50 minutes, 50. So just kind of basically made an omelet and I just kind of make what I make. Sometimes I don't make anything extravagant or at all. I just kind of make what I'm going to make, and I kind of use it as a talk and a cooking show at the same time. But sometimes I do make some kind of interesting stuff. Hey, how you doing, Super Dave? Awesome to see you. Eddie Chan, December 11th. Awesomeness. So in 10 days, it's your birthday. Nice. So, just got to work. All right, just got to work. All right, nice. So yeah, it's just that Cybertruck is amazing. I'm totally looking forward to it now. If anyone were to order now, if you are actually interested in it, you have a couple years to save for it. So I don't know. Good luck. But I think it starts at it was $39,000 something dollars. So let's just say 40,000. Simple. That's all. Just a little math game anyway. 39,000, whatever. It's 40,000. No, they do have these tax credits still, but that's my understanding of how tax credit works is that actually it's not like a discount from the vehicle at the end of the year. That's only if you actually owe on your taxes. So if you don't, but the majority of people who probably can, who are actually able to afford these cars are probably owing on their taxes, but not always, because people, you can buy a $40,000 vehicle on a $30,000 a year income if you just save up $5,000, whatever the amount is, and you have good credit and stuff. So you can still buy these expensive vehicles, 40,000, whatever, and not owe taxes. So that can happen to some people as well. You don't really get much from it. It's not like the government's going to pay you like, hey, oh, you bought this car, we're going to give you $5,000. So that's my understanding on that one. Doing good. All right. Cool. So yeah, it's just everything about it I love. Just except maybe the appearance, but at the same time I like being different. So I'm not like completely opposed to that part either. So I love Elon. Some people question some of his like stuff with his workers and stuff, but like how hard he makes them work and all that. But I don't know on that one. But as far as the end product, as a consumer, like it's just beats the competition. Like some of the stuff they have, like their paint apparently sucks. That's what I've heard consistently. The Tesla don't know how to paint vehicles. So that's one thing. And the welding apparently is too visible. So that's like another one. But that's like some of the only stuff I hear about it. And also the other thing is when you have an expensive vehicle, a lot of people don't realize, okay, you don't have a $20,000 vehicle now. You have a $40,000 vehicle. That means your parts cost like double to repair. So if someone like swipes your door, it's not like a $600 door. It's now like a $1,500, $2,000 door. I don't know that. I don't know the price of the door. I'm just kind of making up, but it's basically double the price. Um, and then, of course, a lot of times you can just accept that it's all messed up. But at the same time, if you have a new car, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I have a two-year-old car and I have a big dent in it. I don't know if I can handle that." So that's one of the things that comes with a new car is the whole wanting the experience of it being new, and that the dent kind of becomes a focus. So some people can mentally just disassociate. Some people can't. Because it really, at the end of the day, probably doesn't matter. A big ding in your vehicle, but stuff like that. That's another big thing to do whenever you get any type of luxury vehicle. Just note that your repairs are going to be double. Your insurance is going to be like double. So that's another thing. Like, yeah, you can maybe afford a $40,000 car, but can you afford your insurance to go up by a couple $100 a month? Shocks for my truck are $2,500 alone. So there you go. Do you enjoy the sauces? They are really good. Bet you're going to enjoy that hot sauce from Kayfabe. Oh, nice. What kind of sauces did you get? I'm sorry, like guys, like if I'm not watching people, there's a couple reasons. Like I'm watching people on caffeine now, and also I'm just kind of focusing more on the stuff I do right now because I have college going, and then I'm making plans, and that I just haven't been following people as much. So it's nothing like, oh, I don't want to see your stuff anymore. It's just like I have to kind of focus on kind of what I'm doing right now. The reason why I keep leaving the stream is because I was watching Osomatsu-san. Nice. Okay. Osomatsu. I didn't know that one. Osomatsu. Osomatsu-kun. Is that what you mean? Kun is for the kids. Oh. What's there? Okay. Okay. The reason why is because when I was typing in Google, it's like saying Mr. and it's like saying san at the same time because san is like either male or female. It basically just denotes an adult. It's just a really generic title. And then sama is like an emperor or something like that. So there was so much. Huh. What is it? What is it about? I see like a lot of random. I can't see any distinguishable theme here. I see a bunch of kids train. I'm not sure here. Yes. 5 tasty habanero sauces and a Reaper sauce. Oh, Reaper sauce, right? That sounds good. So I just like one thing I've kind of realized is there's two things about spices, either volume or just the sheer Scoville of it, of the actual thing you're eating. So if you eat, these are not exacts, right? I'm not going to calculate like 2.2 million versus this. I'm going to break it down in that level of math right now. But basically, if you have generically, let's say a tablespoon of Carolina Reaper, some type of sauce, and let's say it's like, I don't know, 30%, or like let's say 50% Reaper, like actually Reaper. And so it's basically like insanely spicy, right? But you have ghost pepper and you say you have a cup of it. That doesn't mean that the Reaper is necessarily hotter in that kind of sense as well. So that's one thing I've come to really realize and appreciate now. So like I had some spicy food. I think it was like only jalapeno level, and that was rough. That was a few days ago. But I did like extra of it, and I got like a ton of sauce, and so it was not as bad as like Reaper actually, but it was maybe as bad as like eating habaneros or something. Let's see here, 6 bars that have the same faces but different personalities. Okay, there are 3 types of hot: spices, pepper, extract. Yeah, and then you also got your pure capsaicin crystals as well, and that's a whole nother level of spicy. And there's also like cacti spicy. There was one cactus that has that's actually the spiciest thing in the world. That I think that was spicier than pure capsaicin crystals actually. So if anyone wants to look up that what that cactus is, it's like I think it was like 10 times more spicy than a Carolina Reaper or something crazy like that. It's basically like Carolina Reaper's joke in comparison. So if you can't like eat Carolina Reapers like they're bell peppers, I don't even think you could touch this thing. I don't know if it's even like possible to eat or what. But yeah. If anyone wants to look at that, what that cactus is. Jalapenos that were hotter than habanero before. Yeah, so there is a threshold. Like if you ever look at a Scoville unit scale, there are absolutely that. And then also, like I said, is volume. So like if you get let's say you get just a small pepper and say, yeah, it's 10 times spicier, but it's like half the size, then it's not 10 times the difficulty necessarily. And also every pepper burns differently, so some are gonna go for different parts of your body. So like for Carolina Reaper, I feel like some chest pain when that thing's going down. I don't like get that from like any other pepper. So I'm not sure if it's just the overwhelmingness of it, but I actually feel chest pain. Like it's like for a good while. It does not. It's not like 10 minutes, 1 hour. It's like hours of chest pain. So it was just pretty bad. It's because I went straight from like basically the hottest thing I eat is like habanero level generally, and then I ate a dry Carolina Reaper. So and the dried out peppers are only about 5% less spicy than fresh. So it's generically not really a difference. If you're being super technical, like it was a competition, yeah, there's a difference. But to the general person, 5% that's not really anything much. You're not going to be like, oh, I feel the difference. It's 5% spicier now. It's like maybe generic, maybe slightly. I don't know. I don't even know if you'll really notice the difference. All you're going to notice is pain. So that's watermelon water. What do you? I guess watermelon juice. It's agua de sandia. Watermelon. It's called watermelon water, I think. Yeah, a little redundant, I guess. So watermelon has a lot of water content, and I believe watermelon is from Egypt, if I'm not mistaken, or at least it was just highly cultivated in Egypt. Because I was looking at things like if you guys have ever seen about how much bigger like fruits and vegetables are now, it's just incredible. They're like they were saying like the watermelon was the size of like a normal berry. I believe a watermelon is a berry, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty confident on that. And that's how much they managed to grow it to like this giant thing. And I believe it was just the size of a berry. Same for avocados as well. They were smaller, and their seed was like 90% of the entire fruit. $16 billion shoe. I have 16 billion skull heat units for. Let's see. For what? Oh, for the. Oh, I'm sorry. Resin ferrotoxin. Oh, resiny ferrotoxin. Okay, there you go. 16 billion. So basically, like I said, it's like it makes a joke out of Carolina Reaper. Like Carolina Reaper is a bell pepper in comparison. Is that's an unfathomable amount of spicy. I don't know. Is it physically possible to eat? I wonder if it's physically possible. Maybe I don't know. Like I guess if they like have a 1 ounce of it, and then they like super, you know what I mean? This is super spread it out somehow, maybe. But I don't know if the actual cactus is edible in the first place, though, either. I'm drinking Fiji water. That's fancy. Homegrown from someone. Yeah, nice. Try this burger out, though, for real. It's been sitting here. That's good. Mm-hmm. That's so good, though. Like I said. And also the other thing is some of the vegetable stuff actually visually is more appealing. So that's another thing because they tend to form it more and stuff like that. So yeah, they make a very visually appealing. Let's see here. Smooth water. Yeah, I just use a filter. Um, because the water has chloramine, so I think it's harmful for my ferments and also for drinking in general. I just want like the cleanest water possible. I know there's some debate over whether you should have basically pure water without like any minerals, but at the same time, I don't want those chemicals from the city in the water. They have things like reverse osmosis, and then I think it was like the fifth or sixth step um, would be remineralization. Um, so that's another one. Just take them all out and add new minerals in. But then again, I don't know. Is it the same quality of as the natural minerals? And I know every water has its own different mineral count. So like if you have limestone or whatever, it's going to have a dramatically different mineral composition. So I'll send you some water. Thanks. Send you some water. Nice. Head to the store. What kind of water are you sending? From that place with the iron in the water? It's like taking shots of vitamins. Nice. Yeah. Vitamin shots. Gotta get your iron. Let's see here now. And so just for reference, I'm not going live today on caffeine. I already did that last night. I know that only one or two people come over actually, but after the lives, but it's not going to happen today. So it's going to be very limited lives on caffeine this week. And then the week after, it's going to be pretty limited as well. Now, I still plan to do this Sunday live next week. Just for reference, I'm talking about caffeine right now. But maybe I can do some mobile lives when I'm in Mexico, assuming they don't do some type of rule change again. Because actually, what happened was I was at like 900 subscribers when I went to Hawaii. So that really sucked because they didn't have that rule about, or 600, whatever it was. They didn't have that rule about the not going live on mobile. When I went to Hawaii, I thought, oh, they just blocked Hawaii. Like you just can't do it from Hawaii. And I guess they counted as separate as not continental US because it's like you can't go live. I was like, because I was like going to make some awesome lives. I was like, I'm in Hawaii. I was like already planning like where I'm gonna go live from, and then they changed the rule while I was on the plane. They released the rule, so I had no idea. So I'm like, I'll set up, and I'm like, I'm like, all right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm like, all set up. I'm like, hey, guys. Actually, I didn't say hi, guys. I didn't even get that far, but I was like, I can't go live. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time going to Mexico. They're like, oh, sorry, you need 1,502 subscribers. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Spring, they say we can drink out of it is orange and the rocks below. Yeah, absolutely. So, oh, the count's actually going up now. There's more people here. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, if you want to. Let's see here. Has anyone here actually been to Cancun or Yucatan in general? Yucatan is the peninsula. How's it taste? So it's got tomatoes, so it's got that umami still there. It's got like these chips, I guess. Um, you've got, so these are like sprouts or something like that. So it definitely has this kind of like, well, also it has a pretzel bun, which pretzel buns are amazing. I'm so glad they became a thing. I love the texture of pretzel buns, but it's definitely got that kind of like a little bit of that vegetal like kind of like fragrance going on there. It's also got a little bit kind of roasted flavor. Yeah, it's just it's really good. So like I said, man, vegetarian food can be amazingly delicious, especially nowadays where people are putting more focus on it because there's becoming a lot of vegetarians. I'm not becoming vegetarian, but just in general, I can appreciate the food, and it's healthier for you usually. Not all vegetarian food. I mean, like potatoes are, or sorry, French fries are vegetarian, but yeah, not necessarily healthy for you. So here, trolls. Wait, what? Troll. How sandwich tastes. Just like the video. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's whatever. I thank them for giving me the 5 seconds of watch time. So there you go. Or maybe they're actively watching. Who knows? And then in that case, thank them. So yeah. But anyway, let's see here. Has anybody considered Cancun for destination? And just by the way, if you do Airbnb, if you think Cancun is expensive, it is cheap. Check this out. I see tickets for like January under $100 to go to Cancun. Under $100. So you can do round trip easily for $200 to Cancun, especially if you're in somewhere like Florida. I wouldn't be surprised if you could get it a little bit under 200, like 160 or something round trip. It would not shock me. It is possible. Mexico, so like central Mexico to Cancun, I've seen flights like $40, $45. With tax maybe like 50 something. So it's like $50. So you can do round trip if you get to Mexico City or something like that. Round trip $100. Yeah, and if you want to go to Belize, that's another option. Is go to Cancun first, which actually I might be doing is precisely that. So, as again, like I want, I was talking on a caffeine stream about this about how to travel cheap is not nearly as expensive to do certain things as people think. Now, some things are legitimately expensive, like hotels are thing I avoid if I can. I do Airbnb first because you can get Airbnbs like $10, $20, and yeah, I saw one in not for $9 in Cancun, a $9 Airbnb. So you could stay $9 a night, and also it had a kitchen, I believe, as well. So yeah, $9 a night with a kitchen, and it's clean. I checked the photos, and I generally know whether a home's going to be clean because I've been to 100 Airbnbs, so I generally know what to look for. I can pretty easily spot what home's actually going to be clean, what home is just completely faked for the photos. Because sometimes they do that, they make it look nicer. It's like, well, Did they go into all the rooms? No, they just did a couple rooms. All right, they probably, this a little questionable. They only did like 2 rooms. Why? Stuff like that. I just know what to look for, and I put it in context, and look at the reviews and all that. So you generally the reviews and everything. That's one of the reasons why you can know with quite confidence that the place is legit. So $9, it was a legit place. I did check on that specific one. It was just outside the actual city, so that's why I wouldn't pick there because I can for $5 more get inside the city. I saw $12 in Cancun, like the downtown Cancun. So it's not La Isla de las Mujeres, which is like the I don't know if it's considered an atoll or whatever, but it's like that. So it's kind of like one of those like strips of an island, one of those things. I was gonna call it atoll. That may be totally wrong. Sorry about that if I am. But yeah, it's just one of those strips. And so Cancun was basically um, made so touristic because it had already Chichen Itza there. It's already in the Caribbean, and in the 70s they decided to start it up because in the 60s you couldn't go to Cuba anymore. So I mean, technically you can still go to Cuba to this day. It's just not easy, and it's actually pretty cheap in Cuba, and it's supposed to be pretty nice. So I actually almost went. And then they changed the rules because a hurricane hit during when my tour was scheduled for, and it got canceled. Yeah. And then they changed the rule like 2 weeks later on visiting Cuba. It's like, so yeah, I was really excited about that, and then it just that's how travel plans work sometimes. Hi May, how you doing? Open my facility back up, y'all. Have a great day. Take care. All right, Eeyore. Um, if I did go there, do you think I could find a girlfriend? Why not? You can find a girlfriend anywhere. There's nothing from stopping you from finding a girlfriend anywhere you are. If you're just a person that they want. I don't even want to say good person because some people don't like good people. So it's whatever. As long as you're a person they want, that's what matters. That's the most generic way I could possibly think to say it at the moment. So just be wantable by them. So can if you want, you can write a letter to a bunch of to a women's prison. I don't know if that's a thing. I have heard like these weird kind of interesting stories of like these people who like hear about someone who like got famous for some crime they did, and then like women will write to them, and because they want like a bad boy, they're like, oh, he's so awesome, and then they become his girlfriend, and so like the dude will have like these girlfriends because he's gotten into trouble. So it's like if they can do it, you know, you can find a girl anywhere. All right. So let's see here. Mail order price. I don't know about that one. That's a little iffy because then you start talking about like some very iffy subjects. So I don't know about that one because not all those people are not all mail order brides want to be part of that. And then you got legalities and so yeah, sometimes people are forced into that. So that's what I would say. That's a kind of iffy topic. Can I get the charger real quick? I'm scared. So let's see here. So I was just gonna show you guys real quick. Not that you guys haven't seen this before, probably in some photo, but I was learning more about this alpaca. So I bought like this is legit 100% pure alpaca and just has dye in it, of course. So I'm not selling anything, just for reference. Just I've gotten really into alpaca as of yesterday because I really love alpacas, but I didn't realize how good. And now it's not technically wool apparently, but a lot of people call it a wool. So how good their wool is incredible. So apparently it's just as soft as cashmere, which is from goat. And they measure it by microns. So I think cashmere was 12 to 19 microns, and then alpaca can get down, I think, to 12 as well, or somewhere around there, 15, something like that. Anyway, it can be just about as soft as cashmere. Maybe a little less soft, I would guess, but I'm not sure offhand. But anyway, it gets down as soft as it. Apparently, it's more durable. It's warmer by like a lot. There's some study saying that, or some person claiming rather, some like article, sorry, that in 0-degree weather it would feel like 50 with alpaca, whereas with cashmere it'd feel like 30. So 50 is like almost bearable, and you'll see. If you go to Peru, a lot of native people will be wearing alpaca, and so they have I forgot what you call them. What do you call those robes? They're not a robe, but it's like a blanket basically, but it's a daytime blanket, whatever you call that. You see people with those. A lot of natives with those made of alpaca, and those things warm. Get a thick alpaca blanket. So the reason why I really got into this was because this heat sucks. The heat sucks in here because basically, well, it's not the heat is so bad, but the windows leach like crazy. So I have two options that I thought of to fix this. Is one is I like put like a lot of stuff around the window so it doesn't leach at all. But that also kind of takes away the freshness of the room because now you're blocking off all the airflow that I get from having those windows. And now I do have a air purifier, which is I got like a really good one. I did a lot of work on that, and so true HEPA, but it has like the some other features, UV light and all that. But anyway, so even though still like fresh air is good for you. So either I do that, I insulate it, or I just get a really warm blanket for nighttime. So I think I'm gonna go with the warm blanket. So that's why I learned about alpaca. Now you know this random thing. Alpaca is the best. Pulled a muscle or something in my back yesterday, messing with our plow. Dang, that sucks. Yeah, you gotta be careful on those things. Those things are crazy because like you're doing a whatever and you just slide and whoop. I don't know what happened with your plow, but you know anything can just slide and happen. See here. Have you been? Hey, bro, next. Awesome to see you. Let's see here. Hey, bro, next. Wife knits alpaca. Oh, muskox. Okay, I was learning about muskox. I don't know if you're still here. You're in Alaska. Okay, awesome. So yeah, muskox is okay. What I learned about this is that muskox is not softer than cashmere, but the range is less. So like, I think it was something like muskox is like already at the low range of cashmere of like the soft, which low is good in this case for microns. So it's like just about as soft as the softest cashmere. It's just the softest cashmere wins over the muskox. That's what I saw online when I was checking that out. So as a whole, like on an average, muskox is gonna be softer, but the softest cashmere is softer. So that's I don't know if that's like has to do with processing because they've put a lot more work into their processing or what here because I'm not a yarn expert, but yeah. Oh, another thing I saw in this is what it's called in Lake Titicaca. Um, there there was an island. Showed a little bit of photos on um, caffeine, and basically these people it doesn't matter if you're male, female, whatever. People make their own clothing, or I'm sorry, make clothing. I think it was the males make it for the females for the as far as the children go, and then oh yeah, and then you make your own clothes. So you make your own clothes, and then you make the opposite gender's uh, child's clothes. So male makes their daughter's clothes. I believe that's how it went. So they have that going on, and in a lot of those societies, you know, they had different traditional gender roles, so it's not the same like now. So and they some of those still persist. So there you go. You're warm. She made a hat with seal fur on the outside and it's lined with muscle. It's too hot to wear even in the winter. Here, jeez, in Alaska, it's too hot. Did I read that right? Are my eyes working here? Takes less muskox to keep you warm. She made out. Jeez, that's some warm stuff there. Seal fur, huh? So was seal fur is like tougher, or what's up? What? Why the seal fur? Is it for the appearance, or what is it like? And the muskox you just use just a little bit because it's a little more pricey, or how's that work? Thank you for being here. That's like I'm glad to randomly have someone that actually knows about the random topic I made. I love when that happens. That's one of the great things about having several people on lives is like once you get like 20 people, you know, or whatever, 10, 20 people, it's just like you can pretty much mention just about anything. And some random person's going to know just as much about it or sometimes more, even if you like looked up the topic first. So there you go. I love that. In this case, apparently more, or if he doesn't, his wife, I believe it was, does. If he doesn't, and he probably does. Seal fur is waterproof. Ah, okay. Yes, he does. He knows it's waterproof. I didn't know that. Well, I guess it makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. But he had to mention it for me to realize that. Ah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's waterproof, of course. 300 days a year here. Oh, that's not too bad. Just 300 days? Nah, that's all good. When you say snows, do you include snow drifts when you consider that for precipitation? Because I feel like 300 sounds like too much, but I could be totally wrong. I just when I looked up the statistics for precipitation as a whole, Alaska never pops up. Now I know obviously it's the coldest, but I never see it come up with the stats. But then again, it might be talking about the contiguous or continental United States, even though technically Alaska is still on the continent, but doesn't count as continental. There's that. Yeah, it's not CONUS. See here. So sometimes the stats get messed up because of that stuff. Snow's where you live for about a week. Another place that's really cold, just for reference, is the deserts. A lot of time, just for reference, it's kind of a myth that people have. I think it's just a logical fallacy. It just makes sense. But deserts are super hot in the day a lot of times and super cold at night because they have no heat retention. So sometimes you get a desert that's like 90 in the day and like 20 at night. Whereas in a city that wouldn't like happen because heat retention, and also a lot of times if things are near water. But another weird thing is a lot of deserts are along the water. So like Peru has a ton of desert along the coastline, which is just kind of like until you start to learn about some of this geographical anomalies, it's like kind of blows your mind. And so yeah, being out in the desert along the ocean was kind of weird. You're native? That's awesome. Let's see here. In South Dakota. Okay, yeah. Cool. Is that are you Dakota, if you don't mind, or Eagle, Chindy, Blackbird? Oh, you do have a. Oh, that does look like a native name. I didn't really read the whole thing because it was kind of long at first. Wasn't reading the whole name, but yeah. I don't know how to say Jelena. I'm sorry about that, but Charging Eagle, Chandy, Blackbird. Yeah, I know a lot of native people add animal names to their names. So there you go. That's a pretty cool name. Let's see here. I don't know if that's part of your actual real name or not, but either way, that's definitely really cool. I live on the coast of Central Alaska and Prince William. I'm gonna look this up here. There. Oh, some places that I don't know. Let's see here. Man, I love geography though. I'll tell you that. I really love geography. But I was a little disappointed because I wanted a bigger map than this. And this is already a huge map. Like most people, they'd be very satisfied with this map size. I'm like completely not. This is not nearly big enough. I want a map like 3 times this size. So this is kind of map I have. I want that one that's like 3 times bigger. So this one, I don't know, what is this like? It's a like, I don't know, 3 feet wide or something. I want something like 12 feet, 10 feet maybe, 10 feet wide. I want a legit, I want a wall map. By wall, I mean like, I want a wall map. You know what I mean? So I want to go to like that, because I like to memorize it and stuff, and so that's I love it. I used to have an atlas. And I used to look at cities. It was for school, and then I got interested in it because of the class, and then I kept using it. So like, that's one thing where the internet really hurts a lot of people, I think, because a lot of times like some of the visuals and stuff, like having the like Google Maps, for example, you have to so narrow in, because if you think about the size of the screen, right? Even if you have like a big television or something, like it's not visually the same. It doesn't, and so it's just like some of these things with the internet now are definitely don't make things easier sometimes. Like, yes, it's super nice having the super updated like city names and such, but especially if it's like a topographical map, which it like barely is gonna change. Now, unfortunately, with some of the ice caps and stuff, yes, it's changing. But anyway, let's see here. Let's So I'm at Anchorage now. And what did you say, Prince? Hey, how you doing, Cayman? Awesome to see you. Let's see where that city you're talking about. Prince William Sound. Okay. Do you know how to say that? Is it an Inuit word? Chucagh. Anchorage? So it is near Anchorage, right? Oh, that looks amazing. That is definitely noted on the map here. So this is one of the photos of that. All right, hold on. Well, I didn't help that much, but hey. Try this real quick. There we go. Here's another one. That's pretty awesome. Let's see. We got an average of 150 inches of. Turn that off. 150 inches. Jeez. That's an incredible amount of precipitation. I didn't know gets that much. Average days of precipitation in Anchorage. 126 sunny days. It says precipitation is on average 112 days. Yeah, I thought that 300 sounds too much. I don't know about that, man. I mean, you do live there, but I don't know. That's way past the stats of anything I've seen. But either way, let's see here. My room is full of star quilts, feathers, and sage. Oh, I love sage. So I finally switched to like kind of like some skincare products, and sage is one of the products I have. So I basically kind of same like cooking from scratch. I'm trying to find kind of that point of kind of hybridization of natural products versus like synthetics. So I found this one acne like type thing where it's not just acne, like skincare product that is basically has like sage, green tea. Green tea is really awesome. And by the way, I have a tea channel. So I was very happy to learn how good tea is for skincare, especially like they say like matcha face masks and stuff. And I was like, that's awesome. So I'm definitely noting that. And then so it had sage in there and some other stuff. Some other good stuff in there as well. And I remember just smell it when you smell like sage is burned. It's just so awesome. Anchorage is much drier than where I am. Oh, okay, in Cordova. Cordova, isn't that Spanish? Pretty sure that's Spanish. Interesting. Cordova, Alaska. Ooh, someone has a nice house. Oh, historical museum. Check out that place. That's a nice historical museum right there. Right on the waterfront. Got a little bit of snow on that hill. If I was to visit in Alaska, what do you think would be the perfect month to visit, in your opinion? Hola, Cocina con Vero. Voy a México, el centro y Yucatán y Belice en como 2 semanas. Christmas tree, okay. Cordova, Alaska, average precipitation. Should have said annual, but whatever. 114 inches of rain. 135 inches of snow. That's insane. It's literally just insane. Apparently, it is much drier in Anchorage. Maybe that's why. That's probably why they chose that, right? I would assume. Because why would you make the main city in a tundra? I don't even know why people. Oh, well, actually, I do know why. Alaska is really beautiful, but this is crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know it's so huge, right? I was looking at. I know this is like probably like the backwards mentality to say it, but it's just such an anomaly. I want to see it. Let's find out what the city was called. It was like the most expensive city in USA. Well, town. I think that's why it's not considered in lists. I think it was this one, but it might be a different one. Mm-hmm. Because I remember it's a town right on the northernmost peak. That's like the most one of the most expensive cities, like period. Like they were talking like fruits being like $50 and stuff. Like everything has to be flown in by helicopter. You can only fly in a plane there some parts of the year. I don't know if it's this one UTQIAGVIK. 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 I have no idea. Is it if it's not that one? It's like in that general region somewhere. I think. Let's see here. Most expensive town in Alaska. I think I'd have to look a little bit. But anyway. And nicest month, but the May work of the Hawaii they once discovered by a Spanish explorer of the same name. Okay, that's why. Yeah, because Cordova you'll see all throughout Latin America, or at least Mexico. Cities named Cordova in Latin America. Because you have places called that in like Argentina, Mexico. So Argentina, Andalusia, Cordoba, Andalusia in Spain, Cordova, Alabama, Cordova, Alaska, Cordova Bay. There's like so many places named after this guy. I don't know if they're all the same guy, but assumably so. Oh, there's one Cordoba, Colombia. So that's kind of interesting. It's a double explorer because Colombia is Columbus and leave, and then Cordova is that guy. Interestingly enough. So anyway, yeah. Hopefully you should see more more videos coming up here with uploads. I know it's been quite a while, but there's definitely these 2 weeks. These are the last couple weeks of school, so there's not going to be coming up anything really right now. But I mean, maybe one or something, but it's maybe one. But you will see videos coming again after this term. So, ¿cómo estás, Cocina con Vero? ¿Estás aquí? Antoine. Oh, I didn't see Antoine. I didn't even see him. Oh, hey, sorry, bro. I didn't even see you. My bad. Yeah, let me see. He says, I don't see him earlier in the chat. Oh, he was. What do you think about the Tesla truck? He's the one who asked that. Oh, my bad. But yeah, the Tesla truck. I'm so excited for that one. I'm like, I like Tesla in general, but that one's kind of captured my eye. I have a couple models I'm looking at. I don't want the S or the 3. I'm looking at the Y and then Cybertruck and the X. There's one. Oh, the Roadster. Roadster is just crazy expensive, so I'm not rich. What are you doing today? Nothing. Nada. Pero escuchaste, voy a Cancún y Centro de México y por como voy a Guanajuato, Cancún, Belice. Belice no es seguro, no es 100%, pero es muy posible. See here. All right, cool. So thank you guys for showing up so much. The chat, there's a lot of people, well, several people here still, but the chat itself is kind of slowed down. So thank you guys for watching, and sorry for shaking the mic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next Sunday, and I'll see if I get some videos out or not. But definitely in a couple weeks, few weeks, you're gonna start seeing videos. I'm talking about uploads here again. I actually filmed many videos I just didn't put up, so I have literally probably 20 videos I could put up right now. I just haven't. Just focusing on some other stuff right now, and I've been more focusing on caffeine, which I've been growing, been doing pretty well on actually. So that's part of the reason there, and I definitely want to still keep up my YouTube, and I enjoy uploading videos, not just doing live streams like I do on caffeine. I really enjoy having uploads, but it's also nice to kind of connect with viewers more, and I think I learned so much from being around everyone, and make a lot of times make like connections, whereas like if I do an upload, I'm not making a connection with a lot of people like I am with a live. It's just people saying good job or something like that. So I think lives are kind of good as a supplementary to the content itself. So I might, who knows, I might end up doing just a once a month live later on, and just throw a upload once a week. Who knows yet? I don't know yet. Eventually I'll get that down. But like I said, for before this term, I said I guaranteed that every Sunday I would do this upload. So I'm sorry, this live. So I just kept to that. Kept that part at least. So thank you guys for watching. En Guanajuato están las momies. Muy bonito. Sí, yo fui a Guanajuato como 3 veces, Cocina con Vero. A mí me gusta. Yo fui a como San Miguel de Allende, la ciudad de Guanajuato, en muchos lados. de este estado. Yo fui en muchas partes como yo fui a Ciudad de México por como en total 4 semanas, 3 semanas. De muchas partes de Yucatán, Bacalar, muchas partes. Gracias a todos. Ten cuidado. Thank you guys. Everyone take care.